find functional hilarity at the Pop Roast Emporium.
We have so much to talk about. The fall has started. This is our new season right now.
Really?
Our season starts right now. The new season. I'm at Sirius XM Radio for like some other things that I'm doing, and I get the text from Alex, and I was just like, I don't even know what to pay attention to now. I was like, oh shit, oh my god, like this just fell in my lap.
I could not.
Fell in my lap.
I mean, I could believe it because, we've been saying it.
Right.
You can't, just the union alone, it's like it doesn't match up. Now, I've got
But you
notes.
call it like the Tamar Hall, that's her name, Tamar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tamar Hall's episode with, when she interviewed Kenya and her husband, the body language was so off. So off. Right.
That's what he was doing, way over here.
And I'm just like, okay, well.
Is it because these are two people who got married after a whirlwind romance after being introduced by Chef Roble?
I thought he was gay.
Chef Roble?
That too, but I'm not talking about him today. But no, I'm talking about Kenya's husband.
Kenya's husband.
Like, he's finally free.
Suspend.
Like, I mean...
You get a sissy tea? That nose ring does it for me.
Not even the nose ring. He's just so well manicured.
Eyelashes done, eyebrows done,
Right.
tips for all
Right, the tips, right. A nice, smooth, like, silver fox gray.
Maybe he's just, an old metrosexual.
Or an
Also,
old sissy. I don't know. But, I thought it was a business transaction, honestly. Like, from the get-go, I didn't see any type of chemistry between them. Well, like, he didn't even want to be on the show because he didn't want his business in the street.
We're going to be looking with our scrutinizing eye at every interaction they have this season.
I mean...
Chat, we missed the marriage. That was a grand opening, grand closing. Bravo, y'all fucked around. You should have had her on that next season. You done missed the whole marriage.
It says a lot. I mean, she came into the, like...
But this is classic Kenya. This is the same Kenya we've been getting for what, now on 10 years?
It just sucks. I mean, the ammunition is already given to all the housewives before the season start.
Well, no, like, they're in the thick of filming right now. Mm. Now, who do you think is having a bigger belly laugh? Nene or Phaedra?
Ooh, Phaedra, most definitely.
I know she is.
Phaedra, most definitely, because... I just think it was like, oh, well, I got the baby, I got the man, and I'm coming back for my peach. You're not even on the show anymore. Like, it's just, I think, well, you know what? Nene hates Kenya. Like, really hates her. So, at least Phaedra, I can see her being cordial with Kenya. Like, Nene, yeah, she's getting a hearty moose laugh.
Who do you think will be the first to throw shade on Instagram? Because one of them going to say something. I'm going to say Nene because she's filming. But I think that Phaedra, while she peddles around marriage boot camp, sleeping in bunk beds, doing silly activities to try to get her relevance up, check that. I think she's got bigger fish to fry. Like her stunt boyfriend. Because quiet as it's kept, you've turned into Kenya. Now you're dating men for a check and a plot line. I hate to see it.
I mean, it just sucks. I mean, the writing was on the wall from the beginning for Kenya's, like, marriage. I feel bad for her, but she got what she wanted. She wanted a baby. I think she wanted a baby more so than she wanted a husband. Same thing with Portia.
She should have just gone on to the sperm bank then, because she was already, she had the catalog in hand.
Well, ever since that Domino's pizza read, I think she held off on that.
Woo.
And she got a good-looking sissy, too. So, I mean...
but now... we'll get to the custody battle in a minute. Now, also though,
Who do you think has more money out of those two?
that's what we're gonna find out when shit goes to court.
Because you know they're in Fulton County.
Now with Nene, they're in the middle of filming. Nene now has, like, anything she has going on, which ain't much, has now been eclipsed once again by Heffa-Moore.
Yeah. Heffa-Moore.
I mean, completely and utterly eclipsed.
This is going to be the talk of the season. It's just basically what it is. Like,
they may reshoot everything from this moment and scrap all the other shit.
You're going to get, like, in the beginning, like how they show...
And as much as production hated her before, they are kissing her ass now.
Ooh, that Absolute Juice. If you haven't had it, please go to the store and get it. It is delicious. We got the strawberry brand. Shout out to Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
Mix that with some Sprite. It is just wonderful. Anyway, King is going to be the one, I think, on the couch right next to Andy this season. Right
next to Andy this season.
This season is going to be about Kenya.
It's turned into her. And Portia. Like, Nene is going to be middle seat for the first time ever.
I feel like, since Kenya is humbled right now, that we'll be able to approach her at BravoCon.
I'm not approaching her.
You're still not going to approach her?
I don't want anything to do with her.
Okay. I'm going to try.
Okay.
What is she peddling these days? What is she selling?
Hair care, and they say it's at Sally's Beauties.
Okay.
Now, since you were bringing up so many legal questions.
Right.
Are they legally married?
I never thought of that.
They got married in Aruba. Now, when you get married in another country, you still have to get a marriage license in America. So if they don't have a marriage license, and there was like kerfuffle about this 2 years ago, which we forgot, but they're going to be replaying the footage of, is
those
she really married?
Producers.
So now it's like, is this a split or a divorce?
See, I really think this was a business transaction, and this was almost like a green card situation where I'm going to be with you for 2 years, and then we'll just, this is really just so convenient. Like, she's back on the show, she has the baby now, and she has some added drama.
With this crouching, sissy, hidden husband.
Do you think there's some calculele?
It's Kenya Moore. Everything about her is diabolical. Okay, here's her statement. It is with profound sadness. It's with profound plotline that I regret to inform my fans that I am divorcing my husband, Marc Daly. Okay, she says divorcing. Are you going back to Aruba to get a divorce? Did you get a certificate in New York? Or Fulton County, Georgia? They're supposed to have a vow renewal on the show. A renewal. I don't know if they shot it. God, I hope they shot it already. Oh, I hope they shot it. I want to see her vows get renewed right before the divorce. Due to recent and ongoing circumstances, I can no longer continue in my marriage. What do you think?
Recent and ongoing circumstances.
Sounds like Chitete. Now, I want to know, how much is she going to throw him under the bus? Is it going to get nasty? Is it going to get dirty? Is it going to get foul?
Filthy. Because I think, let's just start from the beginning.
Painty.
I'm going to call you tomorrow on that one. No one likes, that might top it. No pun intended.
Oh, God.
Let's start from the beginning.
Ooh,
so we had that tow truck guy she was with. That ended
Walter.
terrible. She threw him under the bus. After that was
and his Steve Harvey toupee.
Yes. Ooh, he did have a Steve Harvey toupee.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me of the dad from Moesha.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He looked just like him.
Yes.
So then the other crazy guy, I think his name was Matt. That didn't end well. She threw him under the bus, even though he was cray-cray. Seriously cray-cray.
He threw himself under the bus.
Right.
I would
so
say
I'm wondering,
that.
like, this guy, he cooperated. I feel like
no, he
did
didn't, because he didn't go on the show.
You think that was the reason?
I think, like,
well,
okay.
you know what? She did call him off camera and everything like that. Like, remember all those, that sappy scene?
And remember,
so you know what?
And then he also, like, said to producers, I don't like the way the show portrays African American women. And Andy brought it up at the reunion. So it is like, how are you going to marry somebody that hates what you do? It's like, if you don't like gossip vloggers, you can't marry me. I'm sorry. It's never going to work. I'm not going to quit.
Do you think he loved her?
Do I think that guy loved her?
Because they had the baby pretty immediately.
She was 47. Like, it wasn't like they had time to play with.
Right.
You know, because they kept shit so, like, out of the street, I've never even really seen anything that didn't look so staged.
Except for the Tamar interview.
Gotcha. That's when their whole slip was showing, honey.
Right.
I was like, you got on a mini skirt. You don't need a slip for that. But, child, she wanted everybody to see her slip with the lace fringe.
A lace fringe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
I know about a slip.
I do feel bad for her, but she got what she wanted. I mean, she's back on the show. She has a consistent check, probably a big check, and she has the baby.
Well, she's going to have a bigger check next season. I don't know. Like, I would say I think she wanted to love him. I do think she wanted to be happy.
Now, I do feel that, you know, in the upcoming weeks or even months, like, I feel like we're going to hear more about why.
I really do.
I feel like there's going to be breaking news tomorrow. After we film this.
I don't think there's any cheat-tay because it would be out. Like, it would be out. Like, or if there is, like, he's a private guy and whoever he's cheating with is private as well. I think it really is just, it's not working because of the show, because she married somebody who just doesn't approve of what she does.
Or she just married someone who just isn't interested in being with a woman.
Or being with her. Now, I'll say this too. We got two people that got together very quickly and got married very quickly. It could be as simple as y'all didn't know each other. Yeah. The divorce lasts longer than the marriage. Because, you know, who's the New York heifer who looks like she needs a sandwich?
Bethany?
Yes.
I was going to say Tinsley, but Bethany definitely needs a sandwich.
Yeah, oh God. I'm just like, come on, let's go get some Reubens. Like, she's been battling Jason Hoppy for this, for custody.
Yeah, years.
It feels like, longer than the marriage, it feels like that's gone on as long as the Housewives franchise.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is this going to be like an ugly, ugly court battle? Is he just going to give you the baby? Because he seemed like he cared about that baby, too.
Right.
So I'm like, are y'all going to be able to be adults about this? Is Kenya going to lash out? Only time will tell.
I'm going to predict that it's going to get messier when the show starts airing in November. You think it's coming out in November?
Yeah.
Okay.
November.
It'll be right around
week.
BravoCon.
Oh,
we're going to keep talking about it, so.
Hell, y'all sent us.
And thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, hold on. Let me get my other notes because I wrote a whole bunch of shit down. Okay.
Let's just get it all out. Who thought we would be able to top this Tamar news? Like, Tamar was gonna be like our headlining topic, but
as usual, she's very, very secondary to someone else
and easy to upstage.
Okay.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to get to that because I have a lot to say.
When Kenya goes to court for this child support. Are they going to go to court for child support? Ooh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I know,
because then we'll get into his finances and we'll be able to see just how much he's worth.
We should go to his restaurant in Brooklyn. It's not that bad. It's in Brooklyn, I know.
Do you have a chopper?
I mean, we could do a nice food review. I know, right? No, I can't get you to go to Brooklyn. When the last time you've been to Brooklyn?
19.
Okay, all right. How can one get you to Brooklyn?
A chopper.
Okay.
What's going on in Brooklyn that's so important that I'm needed?
I mean, there's good food in Brooklyn.
Yeah, there's good food. I can get food delivered.
You're right.
The hell, all the way to Brooklyn for some food? Shit. You know what'll get me to Brooklyn? A hotel. Because I need to stay overnight because it's like an hour and a half from the house. I low-key want to do like a weekend in Brooklyn. It's a
full, like, to give y'all perspective of those who don't live in New York, like, it takes about a good hour to get into Brooklyn, like, where Barclays Center is. But if you're trying to get into deep Brooklyn, like Bed-Stuy, Flatbush,
Crown Heights,
that's going to be about an hour and 15 hours, 20 minutes. So you add that together, that's about almost 3 hours. Like, that's 3 hours of your day.
Yeah. So I'm like, if I'm going, I'm staying for the weekend.
Right. You can't just, well.
I mean, you do it.
I do it a lot.
You're younger than me.
Oh, my God.
Happy 34th.
Wait, is it your 37th coming up?
Yes.
All right. I can't wait to say happy birthday. I'm going to make sure to get a big-ass balloon. 37.
Oh, I'm good with it. Every year without a headstone is a milestone. Oh, God. Now, Kenya is again going to be open to so many attacks at the reunion. Can't keep a man, Kenya.
As long as
Minute marriage more.
Ooh, minute marriage more.
Let me write that down. Minute marriage more. I gotta send that to Nene.
You might. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Minute marriage more.
Wow. Did you just come up with that off the dome?
Yes. Oh, God. Wait.
Wow.
Ooh. Moment of matrimony more.
I like minute marriage more. That
minute
perfect.
marriage more. My God.
Minute marriage more. Lord have mercy.
I mean, Bravo missed the whole marriage.
It really did. Like
it's like it
was a real grand opening, grand closing.
It's like when you fall asleep on New Year's Eve and you wake up and it's like 12:04 and you're like, I done missed it.
I was really interested in seeing like Marc Daly on the show because I just wanted to see how. I want to just get a look into how they interact or whatever.
Yeah, we're interested in you and your life. You've wanted to get married for so long. Like I was hoping to see you happy.
I feel like Kenya just did more of the speaking for him. Like I'm trying to remember. Do I remember how he talks? Like what he sounds like?
Delicate. I saw him on Tamar Hall. He spoke a few very delicate words. Mm-hmm. But I think we can table minute marriage more for now.
Okay, I'm sure this topic
it's gonna go
on. It's gonna unfurl even more.
As long as it takes to either get the divorce or the non-divorce, right. Or at least there's gonna be child support, so we'll have some type of legal drama right. in Fulton County. Well, there's even more breaking news. While I was moving my bowels, I saw on Gossip that Marc Daly has also made a statement.
Concerning what?
The divorce. They made separate statements. She made a statement, and now he's made a statement. He said, I have come to the difficult decision to separate from Kenya at this time. Our daughter has two parents that love her very much, and in her best interest, this situation should remain as private as possible. I cherish our family's good times together and will continue to co-parent in a loving way. Rumors, innuendo, or false accusations only serve to hurt our family and will be addressed through counsel as the law permits.
Not innuendo.
Innuendo! Girl, why you so worried about innuendo? You need to be concerned with your co-parenting. But he said he left Kenya. Did you catch that? I have decided to separate from Kenya at this time.
It's going to be the story that she won't give in.
Now, I want to know, though, like, he hasn't said shit in 2 years. And now, all of a sudden, you're getting a little mouthy?
Right, but...
Kenya Moore versus Mr. Daly. Because he don't seem to be taking
Daly?
things. I said Mr.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Daly.
Well, you said Mr. Daly.
No, I said Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Daly.
Mr. Daly.
M-I-S-T-A. Mr. Yep. But
more is going to come. More is going to come.
But now let's get on to
our next topic of the week.
Tamar.
Our second biggest topic of the week. And I was just really curious because people are really like on the fence with this, on who's wrong and who started it. And
Wendy started it.
Wendy started it. But I guess we'll get into Wendy's first week later. And we can just get on Tamar.
Okay.
Because Wendy's first week, I think she did really well. Because she reignited a 3-year,
slump.
Well,
feud.
No, a 3-year feud from one question. One question. And that question was, like, how did she feel about the ladies on the real? Or would she go back to the real?
Would she go back to the real?
And it started with Wendy throwing shade, saying, like, oh, it's a cute show, but I feel like they need you. So that was the first rock that was thrown. Basically, marginalizing their show is cute, even though they won an Emmy, something that Wendy doesn't have.
Mm-mm. The only person that won an Emmy on Wendy's show was the hairdresser.
Right. And...
wow, your wig isn't even attached to your head. Like, literally, they gave fake hair an award before you. Think about your life and your choices. Now, check that.
She brought up that, they need Tamar. Like, the show needs him. And let me just say, I have no, alliance with The Real. The Real is a terrible show. It's just some loud chickens clucking for a fucking hour. Right. I think it's even better now that it's live. That's the one thing I will say about it. It's live now. Which it should have been live regardless. But, so then Tamar answered the question. And she did eloquently answer it. But she still threw shade by saying that,
they were catty.
They were catty to her. Why would she go to a situation where people were catty to her behind the scenes? That's the first rock. Second rock was, I'm not trying to boost their ratings or something like that. Give them a ratings boost.
I'm not trying to be a marketing tool.
A marketing tool. So basically, let's debunk the shade. Or whatever, since people are saying that, Tamar answered that so, honestly. Even if she did, that was shade. She's saying that all the women on the panel were shady to her. They were catty to her behind the scenes. They were the reason why she was fired. That was the implication. After that, she's saying that they need the ratings. I'm just okay, so I feel like Lonnie had free range to respond.
Now, I will say the views rating and the ratings for a rerun of Jerry Springer are actually neck and neck right now, if you check the ratings online.
Wait, one more time? What is it?
The Real and a rerun of the Jerry Springer show have the same ratings right now.
Okay.
Shout out to Layla Lynn for doing the research. Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow.
And that's fact. That's fact. You can look it up. Numbers are numbers.
All right.
The thing is, when you're dealing with a demon, you can never, sink to its level and perform black magic, because then the devil's got you too. You have to fly above, and if they hadn't said anything, well, they wouldn't have gotten any ratings, proving Tamar right. But it would have been okay, they just could have gone on about their day. They went on and on. Although I noticed Jenny Mai ain't say shit while everybody else was going off.
Right. I just felt I feel
Lonnie did throw that Emmy show. She's like, we're a cute show and we've got an Emmy.
Right. It's bragging rights.
And Wendy's, not having one with her long career, that's just embarrassing.
So I just feel that like Lonnie and Tamar are still cut from the same loud cloth. Mm-hmm. And if it was the other way around, I'm sure Tamar would have said something or threw some shade. So let's not pretend that Tamar is just this saint all of a sudden. She has been doing better until now. Like, she honestly just didn't have to say anything.
I would have said, you know what? When I go back, we'll see what happens. And
why doesn't she go back? That's the question.
Well, then they said they invited her back, but she's like, I don't want to go and boost your ratings, and I wouldn't either. You done put me out, so fuck you.
Right, exactly. So it's just like, I don't blame Lonnie. I'm just not surprised that Lonnie responded the way she did.
I'm not either, and it wasn't like a real attack on Tamar. They didn't get out there and call her a bad mom. It was like, it was shade about a job. It was shade about a job from 3 years ago. Both of y'all need to move the fuck on. Quiet as it's kept, the real gag is you're on your own show. She's a guest on somebody else's, but she's got you hot under the collar about her comments. A wise man once told me you have to stop worrying about the opinions of peons.
Was that me?
Yes.
That was me. Oh my God. So another thing is, I don't understand why Tamar has this like vendetta when those 4 women don't have the power to even fire her.
She said, now here's the thing, today she was coming out with supposed receipts.
Right. This was the response. Yeah.
Text messages saying,
not marked or nothing. No time stamps, nothing.
And it's just saying, I have proof. I've seen proof. I've heard proof. But it's like, I want to see the letter from the desk of Lonnie Love to the department head asking for Tamar to be let go. And then also, child, it was 3 years ago. You just are going on and on about nothing.
I thought
worry about your relation. You're worried about your fractured family. Why don't you worry about that?
And Tracy Chapman.
But you know what though? You know what I just realized? That's a Braxton trait, along with brokenness
and
not
bankruptcy.
Not being able to let shit go. Cause Tracy's sorry ass. No, you know I love Tracy Braxton.
I don't watch the show, so
random Braxton to you then. But Tracy could not let Tracy couldn't let go of the fact that when the girls got signed to the group, she got pregnant and they, moved on without her. The group didn't do shit anyway. Y'all all broke except Tony, and she out here running insurance scams. So I don't know why you give a fuck. The shit wouldn't have worked out no way. But oh my God, this heifer 50 years old and can't hack it because of some shit that happened 45 years ago.
This is Tawanda.
And that's Tamar. Doesn't matter.
Fine.
But no, so she just like her sister. She just like can't let shit go. Oh my God, I was on the reel. Nobody watching it. You weren't that good on it. Get your own show.
And let me just point out that Tamar came on.
Don't come here though. You can't be a guest.
Yeah, you're not welcome.
This isn't the Queen's Court, darling. I don't want you to come judge for me.
And the Queen's Court was implicated in this as well.
Oh, they were.
My goodness.
That's right. Madison Red Loney fulfilled back in the day.
Right.
And shout out to Madison for putting me on the Queen's Court this week. Check out the episode.
She did?
Mm-hmm. The whole set's up there.
Oh my God, why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew.
No, you didn't tell me. When did it come up?
I thought you were in the live. I'm sorry.
No.
You've seen the performance before.
So it's on a separate page?
It's on Madison's. She did a whole video with the Queen's Court. It's not like it's taken down.
I know. I just thought I would know by now. Was this yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday. It went up yesterday.
Okay.
Because I really thought you knew because I was talking about it in the live and you were like coming in and out of the live, so I figured you had gotten it.
I did. Another thing I wanted to point out was Tamar went on the Wendy Williams show in Spanx. Didn't wear no type of dress, nothing. She came out in Spanx.
Someone in the chat said, well, if you don't pay your stylist, they'll repossess your clothing.
Well, I just thought it was questionable. That's all. And then she was given a good, like, a doll's tea during the interview as well.
Somebody else says she seemed like she was on something.
Right.
I barely watched. But Tamar always seems like she's on something.
I just thought she was getting better. Like, after the Celebrity Big Brother, like, she was on the right path. And I just feel like, thanks to fucking Wendy, like, now it's just like she's messy again.
She's back in the mess.
Like, oh my goodness. I just feel bad for all parties because this is some old ass shit. I don't care, honestly, about the whole drama, who got who fired, if they got them fired. The show ain't that fucking good.
It'll be off soon, but she's never gonna let it go. She's never gonna let it go. It's like Candy Burris.
Well, at least Candy's is like, justified.
Ooh, Wendy, the talk went in on her ass.
The talk?
The talk.
Really?
Sharon Osbourne got her two and together.
When?
And so did Cheryl Underwood today.
Do you have a clip?
Damn, you want a clip?
Clip!
And Cheryl Underwood spoke on it too.
So that was a nasty old British read. That was a really good read.
She said, you're a 55-year-old woman who relapsed into your cocaine addiction. No, narcotics addiction.
Oof. I mean...
What had happened was, to get this wrath, Christy Brinkley was on Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
She fell in practice and, like, broke her arm badly. Like, you saw the fall. I was like, ooh. Mm-hmm. Ooh. And she's, like, 60-something.
And she's been on the Wendy show.
Christy Brinkley has?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, but Wendy said she was faking it.
I saw the episode when she said it.
And that is why she got that wrath.
And then she, I think Christy Brinkley responded, and then the day after, Wendy was like, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, but I mean, I still think it. And that's what she said. That was her response to that.
Just because you're a lazy cow doesn't mean everyone is, Wendy.
And I'd be lying if I say she didn't deserve this, this wrath is coming in all directions, literally.
And Cheryl Underwood got her ass together right quick, too. Cheryl Underwood said, when you were going through your things, no one thought you were faking it.
Oof.
And there's more. Eve said, I'm sorry to see her revert back to her old ways. Because you can tell the news, but you ain't got to be like Christy Brinkley's faking on Dancing with the Stars. You could just wish her a speedy recovery, and that's that. Some shit you do need to keep to yourself.
So messy.
Cheryl Underwood also said, God has gave you a second chance. Don't do this. Don't go back to who you used to be. From feigning, from you going through your narcotics, God has given you a second chance. Do something with it. They ain't here for that. It's just, it was so unnecessary. And Christy ain't done nothing to nobody. She out here minding her business. She had her daughter go on the show in her place. Like, injuries happen on Dancing with the Stars. Every season, usually somebody gets hurt and they can't make it through. Now, sometimes the shit will look a little phony-a-rony. Like the pass out.
Feigning, yeah.
That shit will be phony-a-rony. And then also, nobody's having surgery behind that shit. Like when Moniece passed out on Love and Hip Hop. We can make fun of that. When you passed out, did you want people making fun of it? I mean, they did. They did.
We can roll that beautiful bean behind us, actually.
That first caress. But when you were having your first caress, people were giving you love and support, and nobody said you were faking it for ratings. Nobody questioned you or your issues.
So that brings us to our story of Wendy's first week. Nene was like her first guest of that week. I thought it was a very odd interview.
Contentious.
Ooh, really good words to describe that. Yes. Like, I felt like, okay, are they really good?
Yes.
Are they not? Because it looked like they wasn't the discussion about what they were going to talk about.
It was nice, nasty.
Right, but then they said they handled their, whatever their situation was in private, and they just wanted to do it in public. And it looked like they still disagree on certain things still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually when things are settled, it's like people agree to things and, like, take accountability for their actions. And it looks like neither one did.
I can see that.
Right. So then you had the Tamar interview, and that sparked some shit. I forgot. Did she have anyone else this week?
Monday was all hot topics.
Right. Exactly. But then she said something regarding Iggy Azalea. And then, Iggy, she's another person that kind of be minding her business, but Wendy does go in on Iggy a lot. Mm-hmm. A lot. So then she commented on Iggy's fake body and compared her to Nicki Minaj as far as talent is concerned. And yeah, so someone posted the clip to Iggy, and then she responded, "Who's the crackhead in the halfway house with the gossip show thing?" Then she goes on to say, Wendy Williams is a walking Mike Tyson tribal tattoo slapped over a deeply set C-section scar. I've had enough. Right. You would have thought after crying publicly all summer, walking around in a wig that looks like it hasn't been brushed in a week, talking to Paps clearly high as hell, etc., she will mind hers, but here she is, baby.
Child, she got that ass together.
Right. Like, Wendy just really, like, she is in a glass house.
Oh my God. And shout out to Iggy Azalea for saying you think she'd mind hers.
When will she learn? Like, you can still be like, you can kind of be like us a little bit and still throw your shade, but still like, what do we do that's different from Wendy? What do you think?
We don't go over the line.
I think so too, yeah.
Like, we're not mean for mean's sake.
Right, because Wendy be going in on people that don't deserve it.
Yeah. No.
She actually goes in a lot on people who don't deserve it.
Yeah, Iggy ain't out here doing nothing to nobody.
She's independent now, like trying to just get her music up.
Christy Brinkley ain't bothering nobody either. She ain't paying, for her kids to get into school illegally. She ain't doing nothing. Just, doing her model thing. She looks good for 60.
Yeah. Can we go in on the problematic white women?
Yeah, thank you.
Please.
That's what we go in on. That's like your Meghan McCain's. We'll get in that ass. But other than that, if you ain't bothering nobody, we leaving you alone.
Right. So, I guess we can get to court news.
And there's going to be a lot of that.
Right. Rainbow Bright 6ix9ine. Singing like auditioning on American Idol. Like,
you think he was me at the end of a video.
Like, saying. Like, snitching, like, just...
Child, he's told on Jim Jones, Cardi B, and the bodega around the corner from him for selling jewels to underage kids. He is snitching.
Like, he is finished. Like, I think the safest place for him is jail. Honestly.
I don't know. Well, I don't think that gang is that powerful.
What's the name of the gang?
Treyway.
Yeah, it's the 9 Trey Bloods.
Yeah, I've never even really heard of them.
I mean, we're not in gangs,
True.
So yeah, I'm happy about Tekashi 6ix9ine. Just like, his career is over. Like, he was a fraud. Like, it's just all karma. All karma.
Now, Cardi B has gotten tangled up in this. She's been accused.
And Atlantic Records came and said, like, this was false.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I just read that, too. Like, Atlantic Records came out and said that this was false. So
I believe that. I think that...
I mean, she does say some stuff that says, like, she's gang... I know she was gang-affiliated. I just think that, she came up in that life,
But I
well, not in the gang, but you know what I mean. Like,
around it, definitely. That's who was going to the strip club.
Right.
That's who you were entertaining. So yeah, affiliated, like you knew him, but I don't see her doing stupid shit with money and like being the one that's like making, like, you don't even hear that about her. So no, I think he was just saying shit to be saying shit. No, Jim Jones.
Oh.
I've been wondering where that money coming from, so maybe now we know.
And speaking of Cardi B, I saw Hustlers today.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. It was really good. J-Lo shut me up. And you know what? I haven't seen J-Lo act that good since Selena. Like, it was a really good performance. Was it Oscar worthy? I personally don't think so. But J-Lo did some good acting. Like, her and Constance Wu, they were, like, really acting. Lizzo and Cardi B, even though they had, like, minor roles, if you look at the movie, like, you'll understand why they were in the movie for, like, the time they were. It wasn't 5 minutes, but, like, their time was, like, justified in the movie. And then they went to, like, the 4 main girls, which was Constance Wu. Kiki Palmer was a main girl, so she was great. Like, it was a good movie. Like, it's just, you know what was? Why was, like, me and my friend was asking, like, why is a movie like this with such, like, a cliche premise really good? Like, I think because it was from a woman's perspective. Whereas Ocean's whatever number was, like, written and directed by a man.
Ocean's 8 wasn't, like, the best because they also had the women playing male characters. Like, they still had them playing the same characters from the first 2. Except they were women, and so it's like, it didn't play to their strengths. Mm-hmm. It wasn't through their lens, and so it was just like, we're going to tell this story, except we're going to make it women. Mm-hmm. And, like, Sandra Bullock's character, they made that character like Danny Ocean, and it was like, it's boring when she does it. It's like, no, it's not interesting. It wasn't interesting. Like, I think Sarah Paulson was, like, the most interesting part of that movie. Mm-hmm. Everything else, it was just like, Like, Kate Blanchett and Bullock, they didn't do much for me.
Really? I like Kate Blanchett.
Sandra
Bullock,
I've seen her, and I liked her since The Net.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Your age showing. Your age is showing with that. The Net. Oh my God. I mean, I like the since Speed, so you know.
Yeah.
But The Net, that was a little bit more obscure than Speed.
It was on HBO all the time.
But I was pleasantly surprised by the movie, and I think you would really like it.
God, we've still got another hot ass topic.
What?
Byron's video.
Lord, okay.
I told you, I was like, every motherfucking thing happened today.
Because did you see what I sent you?
Hold on.
The video for next week?
Ooh, the slow. Okay. Oh God.
Right.
She grab
there
her.
You go. Right.
She grab her by the shoulder, get her a little bit in that neck, and drop her ass off.
Now.
Oh my God, that clip was good. That clip was good and juicy, honey. OG showed you that football experience. She was
right. Like Evelyn ran and charged at Cece like a coward, like behind her back. Like really walking off Evelyn. Really, you lost my respect there, and I liked Evelyn. I did, but you lost my respect when you like ran up when someone has their back turned towards you. Don't do that. So then now I have even the utmost respect for OG for coming in. Look, if someone was trying to run up from me from behind,
child, you know I would pull it.
Right? So like I give it up to OG. Like she came in, put that football experience to work.
That was a scrimmage, honey.
And whirled her ass in the bushes.
Child, she was running with the football. She was hitting the 50, the 40, the 30. Touchdown! Because, she threw Evelyn Lozada in that grass real smooth.
And I'm guessing this is why we see OG in a separate room? Because they feel intimidated now? Like Evelyn who threw a fucking bottle at somebody?
Evelyn who was running to charge somebody. Now you
got a table? Now that you met your match, now we trying to get... Now we're scared? Ooh, and when she came up to Kristen.
Oh! Ooh! And if I did touch you, so what?
I felt that. Oh my goodness.
She should have knocked the shit out of her then.
Because Kristen gets on my fucking nerves.
Don't touch me. And if I did touch you, so what? Oh.
I kind of want to see that back. Blame it on the juice. Blame it on the juice. So I was telling you today, like, what I don't like about Basketball Wives. Y'all, I've had a real excessive Thursday. Like, I've looked at Basketball Wives. I looked at American Horror Story. I looked at Hustlers right after that. I cooked. I went to Sirius XM. Went back, charged my phone, and came right back here. So I had a long-ass fucking day. Anywho, about Basketball Wives, what I don't like about this is it's like a real Mean Girls type of thing. It's not like a Housewives thing. This is a real Mean Girls thing. Like, they're really, like, isolating women. And then, like, you got the in clique and the outer clique. And then they're really picking on them at this point.
Yeah.
But everything that the outer clique says about them, like, oh, God forbid, but they're tee-hee-heeing and everything. And then you got the executive producer with her wide-ass nostrils imitating Cece, too. So that means, like, you're biased. Like, you're not even like a
impartial party.
An impartial party, thank you. So I don't like it. I really don't like how they're being this mean girl clique, and I want to see each and every one of them asses whooped. I want to see Cardi Z get her ass whooped.
Oh Lord!
Next week.
OG should have gotten in her.
Well, no, I want Jackie to do it because Jackie displayed some really good constraints, which I really admire. I was like, Jackie isn't crazy right now. Like, she was just like, yeah, get your moment.
Jackie needs to get Cardi Z. I agree.
Right, like, in her, like, weak-ass reads, they're not even funny. And then they're, like, Malaysia, you got Evelyn and Shawnee, they're just, like, egging her on. Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to be friends with Jackie. So it kind of just shows, like, you got this little inner clique that's just picking on these three women who just look like they're just really trying to have a fun time.
Yeah.
The Byron video, yeah. So.
Did you see it?
I saw it. Like, he, like, basically called Kristen out for staging a scene.
I want to know, why does Kristen continue to lie on her father-in-law?
I don't know.
Maybe they saw the will. And
it's not his grandkid anyway.
Maybe they saw the will and they ain't getting shit. They're like, okay, we got to scare it up with Basketball Wives.
I really do think she's a fraud. And it sucks because she's from New Orleans and everything. And I try to, like, you know, go easy on people from New Orleans. Tokyo Vanity, for one. Exactly. But Kristen really gets on my damn nerves because she's such a wannabe. She's like the Gretchen Wiener of, like, Basketball Wives.
Yes. Evelyn is Regina George.
Definitely. She's just so sniveling.
I don't want to have anything to do with this. Malaysia, she said your kids were dirty.
Right. And then when they all broke them up into groups when they were all doing their own thing, like, that was just ammunition for them to see, like, oh, like, well, this is what they said about you.
I don't know why.
You're on, you know, whatever.
I want to know why Cece would say something in front of that shady-ass, sorry-ass, plea-copping-ass Furby.
I don't know. But it looked like Cece grew a backbone at the end.
Like,
she was fed up. And I know that look. When you're fed up, all it takes is one more comment. That's me at work, honestly. Like, when I'm at my boiling point, like, I just know that look of, like, I've had enough. I've had enough. And I really think Cece will beat Evelyn's ass.
I do, too.
I think actually Jackie and OG and Cece could whip all of them. Maybe if Malaysia, she got that Crenshaw strength. Crenshaw, like, they bring you up in a certain way.
Remember, though, when Royce was fighting Evelyn, and Royce grabbed Evelyn's hand so she couldn't run away? Remember that? I was like, oh, Royce is supposed to get her. That's a skirmish I want to see to this day.
But they just have a habit of just isolating people. I think Jennifer Williams could have went on that trip. And then,
You're mad you had to stay home?
I am. I am.
Oh, God.
But no, it would have been a fair fight. You got 3 against 5 right now. Was it 5 or 4? No, it's 5. I don't think it was fair. Like, they could have had all of them. I think Shoni just didn't have the money to get all 9 of them there.
Yeah, she would have had to get another villa.
But am I done on Basketball Wives? I think that's it. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
Ooh, me too.
Speaking of television shows that come on Wednesday, I didn't get to watch well, I'm actually halfway through a 1984 review. But how did you feel about it?
I don't know. The episode itself, wasn't mad at. I was very surprised that Gus Kenworthy just fit right on in there.
Who is Gus Kenworthy, by the way?
He's like a gay Olympic skier or snowboarder or something.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, has he ever acted before?
Nope.
Okay. You were just like, it's okay.
I don't know where the story is going. It was a good first episode, but the thing is, they'll fuck it up with a shitty fourth. So don't.
Oh yeah, episode 4. we'll know what to expect. The thing is, I was watching it and I was like, okay, I can't expect too much. Okay, well, don't they all have jobs? How can they just go to a camp just all willy nilly? I gotta keep in the mindset that it's an 80s spoof. I think it was gonna be so literal.
I mean,
it's a very literal, it's just a reinterpretation, basically.
And it seems like a horror movie mashup. Like you've got a little bit of
Sleepaway Camp, definitely.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, it's a cult classic.
Oh, I never saw that one. Yeah, a Friday the 13th tea.
What else?
A Jason tea.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, Friday the 13th and Jason are different. Aren't they? No, or I'm thinking of Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I confused those two. I think there's going to be a Nightmare on Elm Street tea.
Okay.
I think that they haven't given yet. Then there's Halloween tea with the mental patients.
So the thing is, what I thought was, it was going to be 80s, but they weren't going to divert to those 80s stereotypes. But it's full of them. It's just basically I'm in the 80s.
Yep.
It was an okay episode. I just know a lot of people who say they didn't really care for it, but I'm just I can't say that yet because there's just so much story. You don't know where it's going to go at this point.
Right.
There could be a big-ass twist. I really do think, well, I'm not going to tell you what I think right now. What I think the twist is.
What do you think the twist is?
Oh, you don't care?
No.
I think that Margaret had more to do with
the
murders than letting on.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I feel like Mr. Jingles is going to get killed by episode 3.
I could see that too.
Because
we see his face.
It's too I'm like,
convenient.
Right, it's too convenient. It can't just be no one believes people. I really rolled my eyes when they said, okay, they're not going to believe her. I know they're not.
I knew it. Me too.
Right.
So yeah, we'll
and then I thought they were going to kill the black person first when he went off when he got his hand cut.
Oh, I knew.
I was like, okay, they're going to kill the black person first in true 80s fashion because they used to always kill the black person first. So I was relieved that they didn't do that.
I think Candy's going to stick around though.
I hollered on the train when you said Nurse Candy.
Yeah.
When you just give them their own names. You just give them their own names.
I do.
I'm hopeful. God, I really hope it doesn't let me down because we all know that American Horror Story's marketing is impeccable.
Yes.
Impeccable. But then when it comes to delivering, it either falters at the end or midway.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last American Horror Story that was just perfect throughout?
Coven.
Okay.
And Roanoke. I liked Roanoke. I don't know if everybody liked Roanoke.
I loved Roanoke because it was actually scary.
Yes.
It was actually scary. I was like, you know what? I'm not watching this no more at night. I'm watching this in the morning. I still have not seen Murder House and Asylum.
Those are so
Those
good.
are the only 2 I haven't seen.
I don't know
I've
why.
even seen Freak Show and Election. I mean, in Cult.
Those are the best 2.
I'm going to watch it. So I wanted to give you my take on the Whitney Houston hologram.
Oh, yes, please. Fuck Pat Houston.
She needs her ass whooped. If there was some type of GoFundMe.
If Nippy could come back, I swear she'd slap the shit out of her. You got me doing what?
spinning in her grave right now. Like, Black Mirror called it. I'm not sure if you saw the episodes. No? Not yet? You need to watch it. It's the one with Miley Cyrus.
Oh, I've heard about that one.
Right. It's the one. It's not the best one, but it goes into like
It's the garbage truck.
Oh, okay. It's not the best episode, but it goes into like pop stars and using them once they like aren't there anymore. But yeah, I just thought this is a money grubbing scheme. Like, her husband, who is Whitney Houston's brother, is like one of the backup singers or something like that, or he's implicated into the production as well. So they're both getting a coin from it. Like, they are just despicable. Like, I just can't believe this was all okay, but she's in charge of the estate, right? What a sad day.
So Whoopi has a new unit.
Thoughts?
It's giving me a Wakanda tea, and I like it.
I didn't mind it. Some people were just like, "Oh God, no!" But it was giving me like, futuristic.
And remember when she was on Star Trek?
Oh yeah, okay.
It's her. It's her.
Yeah.
It's who she is. Like, she's always, a little different. Not in a bad way, just different style. I like the hair. I think it looks good.
Right. Surprisingly, we have a positive unit review.
A positive. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, I guess let's look for some things. But wait, there's more.
What?
Oh my goodness! Exclusive.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! Hit the break. You better hit that breaking news. Oh my goodness, you need to read this. You do it better than me. Oh my goodness.
According to Love B. Scott, Kenya Moore and Marc Daly announced their divorce, and Love B. Scott can exclusively reveal a key detail that may have contributed to their abrupt split. According to our sources, it has been revealed that Kenya Moore is actually Marc's second wife, and he has 2 other children from a previous marriage. There were rumors about other children, but no confirmation till today. Marc's ex-wife divorced him after just 1 year. Well, I guess he's, 0 for 2 now.
Maybe that's a business for him.
The turn of events is rather shocking, considering Kenya and Marc were together last night at a cast taping, as happy as can be. The story is developing. Check back for updates. Shout out to Love B. Scott.
Shout out to Love B. Scott and Denver. Wow, I'm glad I checked.
I'm glad you checked.
Whoa,
Damn.
we got a
secret ex-wife and 2 other children.
You might need to post this on your Instagram right
let
now.
me put that on Instagram. So,
a juicy episode, Lord.
A secret ex-wife with 2 other children. Now, I'll say this. The money must be right, because you ain't heard a peep.
Right.
Not a peep.
You know, we would have heard about that.
The whole family private. The whole family private.
How did we just hear about this?
Because he keeps his business out the street. Well, his business getting in the street now, honey.
I really do think he's in the business of getting women pregnant. Like, seriously.
Ooh, not a stud horse.
Like a bi tea or a stud horse. A stud horse. A stud horse. Oh my goodness.
Better than a sperm bank.
Wow. That really could be something. Like, wow. Just impregnate him and leave. Like, he said the secret wife lasted a year, right?
A year.
And they got 2 kids?
2 kids.
She got 2 kids out of it. I wonder if they were twins or was it... It had to be.
Or no, she could have had one first, then they got married, had the other one, and then divorced.
Oh, this is going to be developing.
We are going to get all up in his business like a prostate exam.
Oof.
We want to get to know you, darling.
Mr. Daly.
Mr. No Mrs. Also, this lets us know this divorce may very well happen because you
This
don't
is gonna
seem to be able to
messy.
keep them. All right, well, we will see you sooner than Kenya Moore will see a reconciliation. Find functional hilarity at the Pop Roast Emporium.